Before we start, I present to you a magic trick. Whee! Standing desks are fun. First of all, I know what you're thinking, and yes, my sweater's pretty cool, but that's besides the point, because what I'm doing this week is a video every day this week. Why? Because why not? I have nothing else to do. It's quarantine. But also the fact that I've just had some videos I wanted to do for a while and figured now's as good a time as any to get them done. So we're starting off with a story that some of you already know. Some of you won't want to know. It's not a bad story. It's weird. And that is the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. Not intentionally. No, not at all intentionally. But definitely the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. So this would have been about 7 years ago, I think, at this point. Maybe 8. Probably 8. 7 or 8, somewhere around there. I was asked to this one event at my school called Twerp. The woman is required to pay. And yeah, I was only asked once, and because they were out of options, but let's not talk about that. We were either going to or coming from the Boise Aquarium, but I don't remember because that wasn't the memorable part of the night or the entire event. Pretty sure this is the only thing I remember from that entire weekend. But we went to this one little local restaurant, I think it's local anyway, called Sherry's. If you wanted some context, it's kind of like Applebee's or something like that, just a restaurant, sit down and, just at restaurant stuff. And I decided I wanted a chocolate peanut butter milkshake because of course I wanted a chocolate peanut butter milkshake that sounds delicious. And hung around, talked for a while, but eventually all the food came in and I took one sip of that chocolate peanut butter milkshake and it tasted bad. Like it was wrong. I know why now, but at that point I had no idea what was happening. That was nasty. And one thing I've learned, not to bash on people who work in food service, but I've just learned, if something happens with your food, don't ask for it back. Just send it away and just let it be. Don't get spit in your food. And so I sent it back. I was like, I think even someone else at my table tried it first, and they're like, yeah, this doesn't taste right. So we sent it off. We're like, whatever. Whatever. But a few minutes later, the server lady came back, and she was a nice lady. And she's like, you know what? I think I know what happened to your milkshake. Because you see, one thing that Sherry's does is they have what's called a pie shake. And what they do is they will take a piece of pie and mix it in with just normal vanilla ice cream, and they will make you a shake. And unfortunately, someone else who happened to be working that night took my milkshake and thought this was supposed to be a pie shake. And what did they mix in but a strawberry rhubarb piece of pie? So if you're tracking with me, when I took a sip of that milkshake, I was eating a strawberry rhubarb peanut butter chocolate milkshake. So yeah, I think that's why it tasted wrong. And she explained that, and we all laughed because there was another person who wanted a strawberry rhubarb shake. And because of that, that's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. Now, I know not everyone would agree with that. Some people would think that me having an egg and peanut butter burrito is disgusting, and they're wrong, Holly. And while you may think that's weird, this milkshake is something I did eat a sip of once, and it will never happen again because, oh my gosh, I don't like strawberry rhubarb to begin with. Mixing it with just peanut butter chocolate. It was gross. Anyway, yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. I hope it's the weirdest thing I ever eat. I don't want to have anything like that again. Maybe this would be more aptly described as the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten, because it definitely wasn't good. And chances are I'll eat something later in life that sounds weird but is actually delicious, so. Anyway, this is Seth. This has been A Thorn in My Side. I will see you tomorrow with a less weird video, depending on, it might be just as weird, I don't know.